Hi guys, Michaela here from Call Her Boss, and today I decided to talk about something more real. I think a lot of times, us as entrepreneurs, we like to talk about all the good things and all the highs that come with being an entrepreneur, and also the struggles, but we don't really go deep into it and really get to the bottom of it and what the reality can look like for some people, most entrepreneurs, if you're not taking a step back. So I think starting off, it's, as you grow a business, you are excited in the beginning. It's like anything that, when you first get it, it's exciting. And then as you have it for a while, it just becomes, not as exciting. You take it for granted. And I've had to take a step back in the last month, I would say, and really look at where I am within my business, look at where I am within my life. And I realized that my business has been around for 2 years, and it feels like 4 years. And I was having this conversation with my manager, and he was like, no, it's only been 2 years. And we've grown so fast, and we're so lucky for that. But at the same time, there's always something else I'm trying to do, something else I'm trying to reach, another goal, growing the business further, etc., etc. And firstly, it gets tiring at times. It's a very lonely process. And if you don't learn how to balance yourself, your business, and your personal life, you can really burn out and there's no value to your life. I mean, people say money brings you happiness, and I think to a certain extent it is true, but more so, money brings you freedom and gives you choices. But you cannot forget about your life beyond your business and what you're trying to build. Because if you're empty inside, it does not matter how many achievements you get, it doesn't matter how big your business grows, you will always feel like there's something missing in your life. You'll never feel fulfilled. And at some stage, I think I was starting to feel like that. I mean, I won one award, as if you guys follow, you will know, which was Woman Entrepreneur. I was a finalist, and now I've just won a second award, which is a Global Woman Leader. And I was sitting speaking to my stepsister, and we were actually having the conversation, and she was like, aren't you excited, whatever? And I was like, no, not really. And for other people, I think, when you're not in that position, you wish to be in that position. And then when you are in that position, like I say, you just want more and more and more, and things stop becoming fulfilling to you in your life. So, in a nutshell, I think it's really important to focus on yourself as well as your business. I've always said just work, 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 work. And then when you reach a certain goal, then you can relax and you can stop doing what you're doing and you can take a back seat. But I don't think that ever happens. I think we continue and we continue because, like I said, once you get to a certain level, you want to get to the next level and the next level and the next level. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a great thing to have in your life and a good mindset to have, but it's really important then, if that is what you want to do, to still have time for yourself, to still find things that have meaning outside of your business. What fulfills you, what makes you happy, what brings you joy, so that when you have these achievements, they are a bonus to the rest of your life, meaning your personal life, and vice versa. You also want things in your personal life to be a bonus when it comes to your business life. So you need a balance. Um, and what I've realized is, I think you literally have to take a break. You have to take a step back and look at where you have come from, all your successes, all your challenges, all your difficulties, and really let it sink in for you to start being grateful again for what you have. I think bringing up being grateful is a big part of it as well. We forget to be grateful for what we've been given or what we have around us. And that's one of the main reasons why you can fall into a mindset that, oh, this isn't exciting, or whatever the case is. There's many different things. But I think if we can remind ourselves to stand in gratitude, and also to be cognizant of what you've done as an individual and how far you've actually come, you'd be really proud of yourself. So in a nutshell, again, I think making sure you always celebrate the small successes, making sure you always take the time to look back at where you were and where you are now, and having that time away from work to keep your mind healthy, to keep your body healthy, to be at peace, so that when you're at work, you can operate at a maximum level. If you're not doing that, you're not going to be able to reach what you want to reach in the time period you want to reach it, because you're going to burn out. We've recently moved offices, and it's been, now when I look at it, it's actually a big accomplishment and a great achievement, and I'm really grateful and I'm really thankful, and it's actually amazing. But throughout the process, I was just like stressed, down, upset. Things weren't going according to plan, it was taking longer, whatever the case is. And one of my mentors told me that everything happens at the right time for the right reason, and you got to enjoy the process, you got to enjoy the journey. You cannot just be wanting to get to the end all the time. We forget about everything in the middle. We forget about the small things along the journey, because we just want to get to where we want to get. And then what's the point of it? And I think that feeds back into when you achieve certain things. If you haven't enjoyed the journey along the way, you are going to feel unfulfilled when you get to that specific achievement, because you haven't taken the time to look back, laugh, cry, have fun, experience what you're supposed to be experiencing. You're just in robot mode, trying to get to that specific achievement, trying to get to that specific goal. And then when you get there, you've missed out on all the amazing things along the way, whether it's the people, whether it's the lessons, whether it's the struggle, the joy that's supposed to come from it. We miss all the little things. So I think I'm grateful that I'm in a position that I can take a step back at a certain stage and look at my life and reevaluate and bring myself back to a place where I can stand in gratitude, I can center myself, I can be focused, and I can identify when these things happen. And I think for an entrepreneur, or anyone actually in life, you need to be able to bring yourself back. You need to be able to realize when you're getting ahead of yourself, or when you are not present, and you need to be able to come back, because it's natural to disappear and not be present and just be focus on getting the specific thing done. But come back, start enjoying the small things, your coffee in the morning, the chat to your employees when you get into work, the laughs, the car rides, listening to music, whatever it is, just the small things. And you'll realize what an amazing journey you're on, whether there's difficult times or not. It's all worth it in the end. So I think that's basically been my experience in the last month, moving offices, getting awards, etc. And it's safe to say that I've found my way back, and that we as DG, me as an entrepreneur, I'm excited for the challenges ahead. I've taken time to regain my focus and to just, enjoy everything. And I can only imagine that there's greater things to come. Thanks, guys, for joining the podcast, Call Her Boss. And I think it could be an important message to anyone that might be needing to hear it. And we will be releasing more podcasts soon, so stay tuned to see what we have in store. We're going to be speaking about some exciting things, some tips and tools, some real life situations that may happen, and everything in between. Thanks for listening.